The Chicago Bears are 60 minutes away from an NFC Championship game. 60 minutes. And the Los Angeles Rams is all that separates the Chicago Bears from making it to the NFC Championship game. This Saturday night, under snow, wind, and bitter Chicago cold, Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, and the Rams are walking into Soldier Field, and only one team is going to leave with a chance to go to the NFC Championship, or go with a chance to make it to a Super Bowl after that. We're going to break down the three keys for the offense and defense and dive into the mailbag. All that and more right after this. What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. And like I like to do on the Friday before every single game, I want to talk about three keys for the offense, three keys for the defense in this game against the Los Angeles Rams. We're going to start off with the offense like we do every single week. And the first one is the one that we've talked about so much. Establish your run game early. Do the run game first, right? When you get back to being a run-heavy team for the Chicago Bears team, good things seem to happen when we establish our run game early and often, and that's what we're going to need to do. Veteran DeAndre Swift, rookie Kyle Monangai, we need to establish these guys early against the Los Angeles Rams. Yes, they have some weak spots in their secondary, in their pass coverage, specifically over the middle, but you can open that up by running the ball against the Los Angeles Rams and having success in it to do that early. Being able to run the ball, it also allows you to chew up the clock. It allows you to set up other things with your pass game. It puts the defense on their heels. We have to establish the run to get rhythm for our offense against this Rams team. If we do that, man, that's something that can help us severely with this team, right? And when you look at it, over the last few weeks, even dating back to the last couple of games in the regular season, the Chicago Bears have not had the run game at what it was at its height. We have to get back to being a team that is dominant in the run game. If we can do that against the Rams, things are going to get so much easier for Caleb Williams, the pass game, and everything else. So the number one thing that I want to see this Bears team do on Sunday is establish your run. Be that run-dominant team. Force the Los Angeles Rams to stop you. And until they can stop you, you run it again. As we like to say here at Chicago Bears Central, make them have to chase your running backs. Make them feel the pressure. Weaken up the middle of their defense by running the ball. That's going to set up your screen passes. That's going to set up you going across the middle. That's going to set up and make it easier for Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet. That's going to set it up to be easier for Luther Burden. Establish your run game first. If you do that, you'll be amazed at how that helps set up things for your offense. And later in the game, it actually makes you a more potent team. So that is the first thing. The second thing outside of that, a full 4 quarters of football for the Chicago Bears. Against the Packers, we had 3 points in the first half of the game. That's not going to do it against this Ram team, especially if they get out to scoring. They are not going to slow down like the Green Bay Packers. We can't keep playing the cardiac style of play for the Chicago Bears. Having the king of the fourth, having the Iceman in Caleb Williams, all that is great. It's all fine and dandy. It's great. It's great to have that to rely on. But I tell you this, even if the Bears do play a full 4 quarters of football, we still may need that version of Caleb Williams, even if we are scoring early in the game. That's why it's important against this Rams team to play a full 4 quarters of football. If you don't do that, things are going to go left for you. Things are going to get ugly for you real quick. We can't keep waiting until the fourth quarter to arrive. We can't keep waiting on the fourth quarter to wake up as a team. We are going to need to put up points. We're going to need to do it often. We're going to need to do it early. Of course, you want 7 over 3, but there are going to be times where you need to settle for 3. But if you can at least get that consistently, I would say this has to be one of those times where we need to score on probably about 60% of our drives. And I don't even say that to be hyperbolic. I think both these teams are going to eat off a lot of time off the clock. And so respect to that, you're going to have to, because both teams are going to be eating off time off the clock, you're going to have to make the most out of each drive for you. And the Bears offense, it needs to play a full 4 quarters of football. We cannot wait until the second half to wake up. Still make the adjustments. We are a really good team at making adjustments in the second half of games. I still want to see that. If you start off really fast and then you still filter in the adjustments we're usually able to make in the second half on top of playing a full 4 quarters and getting out to a better start in the first half of the game, that's a game that has the chance of being an all-time classic NFC divisional game. So the Bears have to establish a run early. They have to play a full 4 quarters of football. I'm really looking at Caleb Williams. I'm really looking at Ben Johnson. I'm really looking at Declan Doyle. How do you orchestrate this offense to make sure that we do not wait till the second half to wake up? You can't do that against this Rams team. At least I don't think you can. Watch them make a liar out of me, but I don't think that you can afford to do that against this Rams team. You have to lock in and you have to do it early. Then lastly, red zone execution. That is one of the areas that the Bears are not top 10 or top 11 in offensive stats is the red zone execution. We have to be better than that. We went 2 of 5 in the red zone against the Packers. That's not going to be enough. It's just not going to be enough in this. We got to be better in the red zone execution. 7 over 3 when you get in the red zone, but our red zone completion percentage has to be so much better in this. But Cairo Santos has to be ready as well. There are going to be times where we're absolutely going to need his legs, but the Bears are going to have to get this up. Now, keep in mind, this is a Rams team that gave up 31 points to the Carolina Panthers in the wild card matchup, but you can't even take that for granted and just assume that they're going to have a repeat performance of that. The Bears have to take care of the ball in the red zone. No turnovers in the red zone. That just goes without saying. But then on top of that, get those touchdowns when you get in those red zone opportunities. You got to do that. You got to score. You got to score every time you get in the red zone. If I'm the Chicago Bears, and that's going to frustrate me some saying that because there are going to be some red zone drives where the Bears have to play it safe and play for the field goal. Depending on how close this game is, you're going to have to put up those points. But overall, I would love to see 7 over 3 once you get in the red zone. But let's get that red zone execution. Let's score every trip, every time we make it to the red zone. Let's score. If we do that, that's definitely going to give us that power that we need to be able to win. Now, with that said, let's flip this and look at the defense. There's just no doubt about it that this Rams offense is absolutely fucking stacked. Matt Stafford threw almost 4,000 yards. You see what they did with the receiving game. They got running backs, so you can't shake your head at either. So all those things included in this Bears team is going to have a huge test in front of them. And I'm going to start off for the defense where I left off with the offense. Red zone execution for the Chicago Bears defense. The Packers went 3-3 in the red zone during the first half of the game against the Chicago Bears. The Bears are going to have to get more stops than that. They're going to have to get the bend but don't break is cool. But like I said, the pillars of that bend but don't break come down to getting third down stops when you need them the most, forcing turnovers when you need it the most, and stops in the red zone. That's what we have to do. Now look at this Rams. They went 4 or 5 in the red zone against the Carolina Panthers. So Chicago is going to have to clamp down absolutely when they get inside that 20-yard line to keep the Rams from getting out to the crazy momentum that they usually get to. So red zone execution is the number one thing, mainly because I don't have faith in them to stop them from getting to the red zone too many times. I would love to be proven wrong on that one, but you have to. I repeat, you have to hold them and contain them as much as you can in the red zone. And then also Matt Stafford. That's the second part. Matt Stafford is 1-9 in his last 10 games in the winter of games that are outside. You got to take advantage of that. You got to take accountability for that. Now also, Matt Stafford is also undefeated when he's the road favorite in the playoffs. So look at that when you come down to it. But I think when you look at it in cold weather situations in outdoor arenas, Matt Stafford has thrown 16 touchdowns and 11 interceptions over that stretch of going 1-9. We need to take advantage of that. We led the league in takeaways this year. We're going to need to get those takeaways if Matt Stafford gets sloppy at all because of the weather. And so there's a 55% chance of snow, 20-mile-per-hour winds that look like it's going to be going down in Chicago on Sunday. The Bears have to use this weather advantage as an actual advantage. Soldier Field is an advantage in this, and they have to play that. And we got to force Matt Stafford to an ugly game. And on top of that, I'm looking at Austin Booker. I'm looking at Montez Sweat. Between the two of you guys, I need at least 3 sacks between the two of those guys. Now, I don't expect us to get that because we haven't been a team that's gotten consistent pressure on the quarterback, but I would love to see a 3-sack night for this Bears team. I think if you do that in the cold weather, you put this team in a situation to where you can take advantage of some things. So Matt Stafford's also playing with a sprained finger. Don't forget that. That happened on his throwing hand last week. We got to look to take advantage of that where we can also. So the weather, the situation, the sprained finger, all those type of stuff, the home field advantage, we have to use all of that actually to our advantage in this game against the Los Angeles Rams. Let's find a way to get some pressure on Matt Stafford. Let's find a way to make the night as uncomfortable for him as possible, on top of the weather already making it uncomfortable for him. If the Bears do those things, they can get this dub. And then the thing, what are you going to do with Puka? Right? Like, you have to take it. You have to find some way to disrupt him off his rhythm. I won't say shut him down because I don't expect that. He's too good of a player for me to shut him down. But when you look at it, whether it's Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, Kyler Gordon, whoever it is, on any possession that you are guarding him, you have to try to disrupt him. You have to try to jam up these wide receivers at the line of scrimmage as much as you can, and we'll see, right? You look at Dennis Allen and the schemes that he likes to, put and how he likes to contain wide receivers with his cornerbacks. C.J. Garner-Johnson, a full participant in practice. You got Kyler Gordon back. You got Jalen Johnson. You got Tyreek Stevenson. You got Nashawn Wright. You have to find a way to use all of these guys on top of your safeties and Kevin Byard, Jaquan Brisker, Jonathan Owens. You have to find a way to put all these guys and use them in a situation where you can slow down Puka and the overall passing game. But if you can find a way to disrupt Puka as consistently as you need to, things can really go this way for the Chicago Bears. But again, I say that like it's easy. It's easy for me to talk about from this side, on this side of the mic. That Bears team, that defense between Dennis Allen and what they got to do, they got to find a way to do that. So just to recap for the offense and defense, 3 keys for the Chicago Bears offense. Number 1, establish your run game early. Number 2, a full 4 quarters of football. Number 3, red zone execution for the offensive side of the ball. For the defense, red zone execution. Find ways to disrupt Matt Stafford. Use the weather to your advantage. Use his spraying finger to your advantage. And jam up the wide receivers at the line of scrimmage if you can, but find some way to disrupt Puka. If you can do those things, those are going to be things to help build a win off of. They don't solidify a win. They don't guarantee a win, but they help you be put in a position to win. And that's what this Bears team needs to do. They've been talking all week about how they're ready, how they're prepared mentally and physically. Let's go ahead and get it done. And let's see what the Bears have for us, because this is a game where we need our Chicago Bears to really surprise, especially the defense. I would love to say that we got a surprising performance from the defense. I would love to be able to say that, because if we have a defense that surprises us with what they're able to do performance-wise against this Rams team, it could change a whole lot for this game for the Chicago Bears. So let's see if the Bears can do it. Let's see if they're up for the test. Let's see how they prepare this week. It's battle. It's win or go home. NFC Championship appearance on the line. Let's get this shit done. Let's take care of business, and then let's see what we got coming up next for us. So let's see what the Bears can do in that case. But with that said, it is Friday. That means it is mailbag day here at Chicago Bears Central. Let's get into these voicemails, man. This first one that we got, this one's from Darius.
What's happening, guys? Darius from Dallas, man. I just want to call in real quick and give Ryan Poles a little flowers, man, because there's been a lot of talk about Ben Johnson and everything being the coach of the year, and rightfully so. I really do believe that he is the coach of the year. But is Ryan Poles GM of the year? If y'all want to sit back up here and act like y'all ain't never critiqued Ryan Poles and you've been on his bandwagon the whole time, all right, fine. I guess I'm one of the honest fans that's going to admit when you got a bad call and come back and correct it. But you go back and just look at what he did in 1 year. I don't know if I've seen a GM have this many hits in 1 year. We got Ozzie Tropillo, who came in, looked like he's going to be an absolute stud at left tackle. Look what Luther Burden and what Colston Loveland are doing, and he's responsible for drafting Caleb Williams and really just setting this whole thing up. Has he made a couple mistakes along the way? Yes. Your Claypools and maybe Odeyingbo is going to end up being another one of those picks. We'll have to see. I think if he slides to the 5 technique, I think that's where his bread and butter is, but he's not an edge. But the jury's still out on him. But, man, we haven't even got to see what Zay Frazier's got to offer. He's responsible for bringing, I want to say, Tremaine Edmonds, Kevin Byard, TJ. Man, he's built this thing. And let alone what he ends up doing with this next draft, man. It's just like within a matter of 2 or 3 years, he made mistakes, but damn it, he has turned this roster completely around. And, from the years of dealing with the Ryan Paces of the world and all that type of shit and all these draft picks that just never work out, Ryan Poles is the first GM that we've had that just came in here and stuck with the fundamentals of being a GM. You take care of your needs in the off season. You don't get in the draft, start talking about we need an offensive lineman, let's draft one now. We need this, let's draft one now in the first. No, he goes best player available in the draft. And I can't remember what old school guy said that. It might have been Bill Parcells, that you take your needs in the off season, and in the draft, hey, if you didn't take care of your needs, it is what it is. And I've even heard Ryan Poles say that, in the later rounds, 6, 5, 6, 7, somewhere off in there, if you have to choose between need and best player available, you got to reach need a little bit. It's okay there. But what he's done is first 3 rounds, he's going best player available, man. So I admire that. Not a lot of GMs do that, but let me know what y'all think. Text us up there now.
Is Ryan Poles the GM of the year? I think that's a fair question after asking, is Ben Johnson the coach of the year? You look at Ryan Poles had one of the best draft classes in the entire league this year. How he revamped the offensive line this year, right? Those are 2 things alone that you do that could deserve that. You hired the right coach as well. You revamped your whole coaching staff. I think that Ryan Poles should have a big case to be GM of the year this year, for sure. Yes, he's made mistakes as a GM, but that's why it's GM of the year, right? His moves that he made this year, I struggle to think for a GM that changed as much on their team as what they needed to do as the Chicago Bears did this year. The Bears changed coaching staffs, whole entire coaching staffs. They changed their offensive line. They drafted really well. Like, what more do you look at a GM to do? Ryan Poles did all of that in 1 year. And so where this team is to go to the number 2 seed in the NFC, hey, let's see what the Chicago Bears got for us, man. All right, let's get into the next voicemail, man. This one's from Ant.
Yo, what up, fellas? Ant, the Army vet. Calling in today about this upcoming game on Sunday. I know everybody excited, nervous, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it's well-deserved because nobody thought we'd win as many games as we won, let alone be in the divisional round of the playoffs with a chance to go to the conference championship. Like, this is a dream season for a rookie head coach, rookie coaching staff. Not everybody is a rookie in their position, but the coaching staff as a whole is a rookie coaching staff trying to work together. And then, you know what I'm saying, second string quarterback and all the rookies we got making that's starting and making impacts and impacting the game and everything. Nobody expected us to be where we at, bro. So me, myself, I'm enjoying every minute of it. House money, whatever you want to call it, I'm enjoying every minute of it. But I was calling that day to because I think it was Pat, the designer, that said that Dennis Allen's defense, or Dennis Allen, you know what I'm saying, defensive teams or himself is 6-2 against a Sean McVay ran offense. That's a scary stat right there, you know what I'm saying? But that's not what I was wondering, you know what I mean? Because we got the stats of Matthew Stafford in the cold, his win-loss, and Sean McVay win-loss in the cold and the lowest temperatures and everything that they played in. But my question, I don't know if you guys know, if y'all can do the research because I couldn't find nothing on it, is what is Ben Johnson's record against the Rams defensive coordinator? Because we know Sean McVay has a winning record over Dennis Allen, but what is the opposite? You know what I mean? Because Sean McVay is one of those top-notch offensive minds, but we got Ben Johnson is one of those top-notch offensive minds too. So what is Ben Johnson's offensive record versus the Rams defensive coordinator record too? You know, as Bears fans, we tend to go to the negative part first, but like if Ben Johnson is steadily beating the crap out of a defensive coordinator, then I'm not 100% worried about it, you know? Obviously, there's going to be some nervousness because it's playoffs, but, like, if he got a good record against that defensive coordinator, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to roll. You know what I mean? They secondary is suspect. They front four is legit. I would say they front seven is pretty legit. They got decent linebackers, too, but, hey, that back end is not good, and we already know Caleb, he can throw it in the cold, so, hey, we got a legit shot, but I just want to know what their record was. If you guys know that, you can let me know. I appreciate that. But as always, shout out up, bear down. Y'all have a good one. Let's go, Dub, on this divisional call.
No one expected the Bears to be this good. No one expected them to be this good. If they tell you that, they're a liar. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Dennis Allen, like you said, 6-2 in a Sean McVay offense, which, you know, take what you will from that. You ask what Ben Johnson's record is against the Rams defensive coordinator. So Chris Shula, who's the Rams DC, he's 1-0 against them. So not a huge sample size there. But, you know, their matchup happened in week 1 of the 2024 NFL season where the Lions won 26-20 in overtime. So, you know, he's had some success against it before. I don't think we can't say that we've seen the history of success there, right? Because it's only one game. But let's see if we can do it again. If we can do it again, that could definitely work out for the Chicago Bears. All right, let's get into this next voicemail, man. This one's from Keys.
What's the deal, fellas? It's your boy Keys, man. Hope all is well with you guys. With that being said, let's get to it. So we got another important and detailed game coming up this Sunday evening against the LA Rams. And, Haize, I know at the beginning of the show you shared of your nervousness. I think I shared that same sentiments, but I'm more so excited. I'm excited to see what this team does against the team. On paper, many will say that they have so many advances against the Bears, but I attribute it to two things that I see happening for Sunday, with the weather playing a part and a factor, because that is real, man. I've played in same type of weather, and it's hard to go from practicing in like 50 degree weather, going to playing in negative wind chill and just cold, biting wind weather. There's nothing you can prepare for it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you practicing in it, you can prepare a little bit better because you've been out there, but it's nothing you can like truly prepare for coming from one acclimation. So I also look at it too. They have a great offense, right? No doubt. And Stafford is a quarterback who locks in on his receiver. And we've seen it with Calvin Johnson. We've seen it with Kenny Galladay, Cooper Kupp, and now you got Puka Nacua. Because they're reliable targets, they're going to catch the ball. But we got to force him to get turnovers. And how do we do that? We got to apply pressure. Now, our D-line hasn't been the best in doing that consistently at any point, except for like when we played Cleveland. But that's what we got to like go back to and just trust our guys. I think our DBs will probably play a better game. You'll probably see more dime look, and then you'll probably see a 7 DB look that comes up. And then, as far as when we go on offense, we have to execute. And that comes to offense, defense, and special teams. Execute, execute, execute. Every time we touch that fucking ball, we got to go score. I want a lot more 7s than 3s, but we got to take over. And their defensive line is what makes their defense, right? When you got 4 guys who can get to the quarterback, sometimes 5. But in coverage with their linebackers and DBs, barbecue chicken. That's every time I've seen it. And when they get into that pass defense, it's not the best, except for when their D-line is making plays. Now, you got 2 edge rushers who are going to come off and they're going to do their thing, but I'm looking for our special teams to come up with something because they had a block kick last week and they've given up a touchdown. They've just been terrible on special teams. So we just got to go out there and execute, man. And quite honestly, I think we have a really, really good chance compared to what everybody else is saying. But let me know what you think. Shot-town.
The cold is hard for teams who don't practice and don't experience it every day for sure, right? And so that is a legit advantage for the Chicago Bears against this Rams team, is going to be that Chicago cold and the Chicago wind for indoor stadium teams as well. And so the Bears have to use that and find ways to get pressure at the right times against the Rams. You're spot on, right, against how they attack the Rams. You are 100% spot on, Keys. Great. I don't have nothing left to add to that. So let's see if the Bears can do it. That's the thing. Can Dennis Allen and the Chicago Bears defense do what they need to do against this? Because, hey, that cold is coming. That hawk is going to be outside. And not a lot of people are ready and prepared for that. Let's see if the Bears are ready and prepared. If they can get that shit done, if they can, hey, this can go the Bears' way. But like I said, I'm not going to talk about things in for sure. I'm going to talk about them in hypotheticals. But let's hope the Chicago Bears can take care of business. But all right, let's get into the next one, man. This next voicemail, this one is from Rico.
Yo, CBC, man. It's Black Rico from Humboldt Park. Y'all already know. I'm back. Been a while, but I'm back. First off, let me tell you, I knew this season was going to happen how it did. I'm glad it played out how it did. I didn't expect so many fourth quarter comebacks, but I feel that Ben Johnson has yet to play his bag of tricks. I feel like he's waiting to the Super Bowl to let it rain on what he's very qualified to do. Our team is looking healthy. Defense, we looking in shape. Offense, we clicking. All our receivers are catching the ball at a good rate. Nobody's dropping passes. This last minute comeback game we playing, man, I just want that to happen in the first half of the game. All 4 quarters, man. We need all 4 quarters. The Rams, They got a decent offense, but we got to attack Matt Stafford. We got to put pressure on that boy. We can't let him breathe. Davante Adams ain't been performing how he's supposed to do, and I'm going to just let Jalen Johnson take care of that situation. As far as our DBs, Kyler Gordon back. I want to see Tariq in there. I know he got a lot to get off his chest, but I want to see that boy ball out, man. Safety's doing work. Proud of my boy Jaquan, staying healthy. And Chicago up, bear down, man. I'm proud of y'all boys. Playoffs, we checking it off the list. Super Bowl, we gonna make it there. Win, lose, or draw, it's still Chicago up, bear down. Y'all know that. Love.
We're not healthy. I don't know what you're saying that we're healthy. We're not healthy at all. So I don't know where you're getting from with that. But we do need to play a full 4 quarters of football. Absolutely, right? And, we'll see. The Rams have a lot more of a decent offense than you gave them credit for, but the Bears need to get their shit together in the first half. We have to have our shit together in the first half of games. We cannot allow a first half like we did against the Packers because the Rams, they're going to run through that, and it's going to be tough for the Bears to come back in that one if they do that. So, we'll see if they do it. Jaquan Brisker, all 17 games played for Jaquan Brisker. Shout out to Jaquan for being able to do that. We'll see what the future holds for him. That's a big question in this Bears offseason. Whenever the Bears season ends, I'll have the first episode I'm going to do is going to be the questions that the Bears have to answer in the offseason. That's going to be the first episode that I do, and we'll see what happens with that one. But Jaquan Brisker is going to be one of those questions on what the future is for Jaquan Brisker. All right, let's get into this last voicemail, man. This one is from Xavier.
What's going on, guys? This is Xavier calling in, man. I just want to speak on this Rams divisional game on Sunday. Man, look, bro, I'm not even worried, honestly, bro. I'm actually more confident in this game than most because I just feel like the weather will play a big part in it, and I understand that, like, man, it's Matthew Stafford. He has a strong arm. They're high power offense with Puka and Davante and Kyron Williams. I understand all of that, bro, but I think the weather will play a big part in it because it's supposed to be really freezing temperatures. Matthew Stafford doesn't have a good track record of playing really cold with the games like that. If you look at his overall record, I think he's like 1-8 or something like that in games where it's like freezing temperatures. So I think that's a good sign for us. Obviously, I feel like the Bears players are more equipped for that type of weather because we're used to playing in it. And Ben Johnson has had these guys playing in this type of weather practicing in this type of weather recently. The Rams, they aren't practicing in this weather. They're practicing in sunny California. And that's going to play a big part in it, man. I feel like Caleb will be equipped to it and used to it, and the defense, they'll come up and make the timely plays, and I feel like getting like CJ back and a couple of the other smaller pieces, like just a few of the linebackers that are coming back, that might be able to help us, man. I just feel like, bro, we are ready for this moment, bro. I'm very confident in what we can do. And, man, like, this is a Bear type of game. It's going to be Bear weather, what we're accustomed to. And, man, I'm going to be looking forward to it, man, because I don't see them beating us, bro. I'm very confident in this game, bro. And honestly, bro, I don't know why. I just feel it in my system because, bro, it just seems like this game is set for us to take it. But, man, let me know how y'all feel about that, man. Chicago up, bear down.
I do feel that the weather is going to play a huge role. I absolutely feel that the weather is going to play a huge role. I don't think there's a way that you can pass that up. Like, the weather in this game is going to be a test for everyone. And how you weather that. That's why the run game is going to establish a run game for both teams are going to be important in that when the winds are going to be crazy, 20-mile-per-hour winds. So you need to establish that run game. But we've seen Caleb Williams. We've seen what the throws and what he can do with his arm, even in the wind. We're going to need that in this game for sure. So we'll see if the Bears are prepared, man. Everything's on the line on Sunday. We'll see what the Bears can get done. I'm looking forward to it. I know all the Bears fans are looking forward to. Let's go out here and let's cut the horns off some Rams. That's all I can say for that one, man. But that's going to do it for today's episode, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Bears, this is what we waited for. January football, Soldier Field, snow in the air, Rams in town, one win away from the NFC Championship. If the Bears play a full 4 quarters, win in the red zone, run the ball, make Matt Stafford uncomfortable, they can move on for sure. I want to hear your thoughts and predictions down below. Make sure you guys are following us at Shy Bears Central on every social media platform. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, chicagobearcentral@gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related, but that is thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, Chi-Town up, but Bear down. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.